All right, our first order of business is deciding how we're going to deal with certain members who happen to contract strep throat.
I feel like that's directed at me.
Please save all questions for the end.
I don't even have it anymore. What does that even have to do with the show?
Did you guys hear that? Shit, yeah, let's go check it out.
Can someone hand me my crutches?
Shut up. Go
What
ahead.
the hell?
Oh, hey, newly elected executive board members. You guys are so late. We didn't think you would show up.
Actually, we've been out here for like 10 minutes waiting for you guys to see us.
We wanted to make a grand first appearance.
Oh, so do you guys know what that noise was?
We got impatient, so I smashed that window over there with my skateboard to get your attention.
Oh my god.
Hey, my name's Tyler, and if you know where the bathroom is, I really need to go. It's been like 2 hours. I'm about to piss myself, and no one's telling me where it's at. Please. Please.
Hey guys, I'm super excited to be working on this season with everyone here. I've been directing some of the packages for a little bit, but it feels so surreal that
Boring. Say something funny.
Like what?
Like video production supervisor. I hardly know her.
That doesn't seem super respectful to women.
I gotta be honest, I'm super psyched to be here and everything, but everyone keeps calling me a freshman. I'm a senior. Like, I get that I'm new, but it's getting really old. I mean, it's not my fault that I have a small physique and a ageless glow.
Listen, man, if there's a bathroom here, you've got to tell me where it is. I went up to Morgan, I was like, hey, do you know where the bathroom is? And she's like, wouldn't you like to know, tall boy? Is that supposed to be some kind of insult? Of course I want to know where the bathroom is. It's been 2 hours. I really have to pee. Come on, man. I have to piss.
Anyways, I have a lot of ideas that I'd really like to share that I've been working on. Hold on. Number 1, Die Hard, but a comedy. No, I will not elaborate. Number 2,
I've only been here for like a month, but the amount of faith these people have in me is astounding to fix everything in post. And most of what they want just isn't necessary anyway.
Number 47, Elder Abuse. Number 48, way more explosions. I've noticed a lack of explosions on this set. Explosions and action. Why can't you just add more in post? It's so easy.
He said, what? Are you kidding me?
Oh, sorry, the mic was in shot. We'll fix that in post.
I'm gonna kill you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Season 21, Episode 4 of BSU Tonight, the only show where it's not just a club, Mom. Why don't you take my comedy career seriously? I'm your host, / TJ Maxx mannequin come to life, Cassidy, and let's get to the news. Mark Zuckerberg released a video announcing that Facebook will be changing its name to Meta, a decision that shocked a lot of people, but not as much as the bottle of barbecue sauce on a bookshelf in his living room that could be seen in the background of that video. I was skeptical before, but now I have never been more sure that that man is 100% an alien. He definitely Googled normal thing to have in a human house and bought the first thing that came up. You know what? I bet those bottles of barbecue sauce are scattered throughout his all-white, all-marble rich guy house like sprinkles. A trailer for the new Pixar movie called Lightyear was released, and it stars Chris Evans as the human version of Buzz Lightyear. It's gathering a lot of attention on Twitter, and I'm personally super pissed about it. Not because it looks bad or anything. I'm pissed because Disney had to cast Chris Evans and make me horny for a goddamn fictional toy astronaut. Ball State is having a contest to find the best photo of the fall scenery on campus, and the person with the winning submission gets a bag of Ball State gear. Presumably, this bag probably contains a misprint t-shirt from the bookstore that says Chirp Chorp, a signed photo of Charlie Cardinal that was definitely signed by some poor sap working the front desk at Lucina, and 2.5 Beneficence condoms. Don't ask me how that's possible. Now, sure, these prizes may not seem like much, but I love a good competition. So I've been making some submissions. So far, it looks like my beautiful photos of the mud pit where La Follette used to be aren't getting much attention, but I'm still holding out. A week ago today, Uranus was the largest and closest that it has been and will be all year, which means you just missed your chance to do that thing you told your significant other you'd do, maybe someday. Megan Thee Stallion recently released a freestyle album called Something for the Hotties. Also something for the hotties, being really nice to the host of BSU Tonight. She's sensitive and it's not that hard. And finally, Red Taylor's version comes out the day that this episode goes up, which means that if you need me when you're seeing this, I'm currently curled up in a ball under my bed in my dorm room, sobbing about a hypothetical relationship that I thought of in my head, and screaming, "Screw you, Jake Gyllenhaal!" And that was your news. We've got a whole episode of TV-themed fun for you this evening, including a live game show with some of our talent members, so stick around!
My name is Kara, short for Sweet Caroline, and I'm a conservative Christian woman with traditional family values. My husband Chuck has 26 guns and 8 dogs. My son is a high school tennis player and a future abuser, and our daughter plays piano and wears maxi skirts. My children are the light of my life. I would do anything for them. That being said, I do hate them. I'm excited to be on Wife Swap. My husband says that I need a break from being such a wretched B word, and I think that could help with that.
I'm Leslie Marks Jacobson. I'm an environmental activist and spiritual advisor. My wife's journey is the light of my life. I don't believe in plumbing. I think it makes us rely too much on the privileges of the modern world. So my children Pax and Dax do shit on the floor. We decided I would do Wife Swap because we're looking for a more worldly perspective. And because we saw that paycheck and Mama needs some new crystals.
Oh my heavens, she's a lesbian. Come on, is that even allowed? They did what in 2015? Oh my god. Turn it off, I need to lie down.
Here's our weekly meal schedule. Monday, burgers. Tuesday, burgers. Wednesday, Salisbury steak. Thursday, bacon burgers. Oh my goodness, my children don't eat anything that doesn't come from the dirt. Friday is when me and Chuck get it on, so we just leave out a party pizza for the youngins and go out to a cabin in the woods for 5 hours. I should warn you about the taxidermy deer heads on the wall in there. They kind of creep me out, but Chuck says they add to the experience because he grabs onto the antlers for leverage. Oh my god!
Alright, we don't tell our children what to do. We feel that it disrupts their spiritual alignment. Instead, we whisper affirmations in their general direction and hope that it connects with them. No, I'm sorry, that is just ridiculous. My kids, Henry VIII and Tammy, have their iPads on them all the time to keep them company. But on the off chance that they do emerge from their rooms, I just yell, "I raised you better than that!" And they usually go back pretty quickly.
We keep the kitchen gun next to the fridge, so if there's another ant problem, you can take care of that. Also, if our neighbor Al tries to ask for flour again, you can use the kitchen gun for him too. Do they shoot ants? We don't believe in pest problems in our home because this planet belongs to the animals first, so we just feed anything that wanders in. Turns out that feral rats love quinoa. Who would have guessed?
All of our earthly income is earned on the farmer's market every Saturday where we have a tarot reading / bamboo jewelry booth. Now, Chuck says that the tree-hugging liberals go to the farmer's market, so we will not be participating in that. Now, I myself make an honest living as a part-time nurse, because I love to help people, and a part-time Mary Kay saleswoman. Our garage is full of lipstick from the 90s that smells like chemicals, and it is overwhelming. That's how you know that I'm moving up. We keep what money we need to live, and the rest is donated to local wildlife. We don't know what the raccoons do with it, but it sure is cute when they run away with it in their little hands. Some people ask us why we give it directly to them instead of a charity that takes care of animals, and to that we say, We trust them to make their own decisions. Alright, so see, now this I can get behind. Tammy has a little pet raccoon, and he is just the sweetest. We bought him when he was just a baby from a store called Rodent World. Of course, they said that he was a hamster that just fell into a bag of Sharpies, but we love him all the same.
Welcome back, everyone. I have exciting news. BSU Tonight has finally landed a sponsor. Our sponsor today is Ellen Labs, your best friend in consumer genetic engineering. Please welcome Dr. Pocket here to talk about his exciting new product.
It's a pleasure to be here, Miss Ash. All right, the people at Ellen Labs are very excited to unveil our newest creation, Lubert. Come on out, Lubert.
Who is this?
Not who, but rather what. This is Lubert, the newest marvel in genetic engineering. Lubert, sit. Lubert is good for all kinds of things. He can clean your house, wash your car, beat up bad guys, you name it. He is completely obedient.
That's a person.
Contraire, Cassidy. Lubert is only 10% human. He's also 30% orangutan, 20% hummingbird, and 40% machine.
Still, this is completely wrong.
Supreme Court said it was okay.
Okay, the government says a lot of things, but that doesn't make them okay. Lubert, can you speak?
Lauren.
What did it just say?
Why, he said I love you, of course.
What?
Oh my god. No, I have no idea how this got the green light, but that is not okay.
You must not come within 3 feet of Lubert without first applying Ellen Labs' anti-bloodlust pheromone. Otherwise, Lubert will be able to smell you. We're still working out the kinks.
The original Justice League was not that bad.
That's it, Lubert. I warned you about this! It's time for my lunch break.
Good boy, Lubert. Stay back. Sit. Ah! What do you think he's gonna use that mug for?
Hi, class. Welcome to SOC 101. Now, can anyone tell me what that stands for?
That's easy. Sociology.
Absolutely wrong. It actually stands for Survivor is cool.
Yeah! Let's go! Woo!
This semester, 15 weeks, 10 students.
10? There's only 4 of us.
Well, here's the thing. There was 10 when I planned this entire thing. God, I hate RateMyProfessor.com! Tabitha, a high-strung nursing major who relies on her intelligence and feeling better than anyone else in the room to strive. But will it be enough? John Nathan. He climbed the totem pole and rose in the ranks of Kappa Epsilon Gamma. But will his social strength help him, or make him appear as a threat? Zach. Wait a second. You don't go here. How the hell did you get in here?
Oh, you left the door open? I love Survivor, man. Please let me have this.
Well, I mean, without you, you'd only be down to 3 people. So I'll allow it.
He doesn't even go here. Why does he get a chance at the 100,000?
$100,000? I make a teacher's salary, dude. Where did you get that idea from? No. You will be leaving with 3 credits and an A. The rest of you will be leaving with absolutely nothing. Now, for our first challenge, we have a puzzle. Now, the first team to complete this puzzle will earn a reward. As for the team setups, we have John, Nathan, and Zach, and Tabitha and
Redacted.
Now, would you like to know what you're playing for? Behold! Sorry about that, that's my dead cat. I meant to cremate that a long time ago. No, you're playing for... worth playing for.
I mean, not really.
Survivors, ready, go!
A connection.
Survivor.
Why is there no connection? Come on. Wait.
Survivor.
Oh, yeah. Yes! Yes! I think I got it! Oh my God, Charlie, I love you. Charlie, I love you. Okay?
Survivor.
Okay, guys, so I have found out some very troubling news. As it turns out, they don't record these episodes in 50 minutes. They just edit them all together to make it look like that, and I was so baffled.
You didn't know that?
Listen here, you ungrateful brat. I teach SOC 101, not TCOM. That's such a lame major anyway. Who would even take that? Since we only have 50 minutes, and I accidentally spent a little too much time on the intros, we're just gonna go ahead and start our first tribal council. Now, before me, right here, we have these torches represented by clothespins because, you know, school fire safety, whatever. The fire represents your life.
I'm voting for John Nathan. I mean, we saw how he did with that puzzle. That boy knows Charlie Cardinal's body. That could be a threat down the line.
Tabitha, I think you're a now what me and Charlie have is none of your business, all right? I happily vote Tabitha out.
I like to think strategically. Everyone likes an underdog. Could you imagine if we drew rocks and by the Jeff Probst? That'd be so cool. That is why I'm voting for John Nathan. He already has Charlie's love. He doesn't need to win this too. Survivors.
Okay, guys. Wait. You do know I'm not the real Jeff Probst, right?
Yeah, I totally knew that. I did, yeah.
Okay, then. Well, we have a tie. So, you know what that means. We're
drawing rocks.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Well, put your hand in this bag right here. If you get a black rock, you're safe. But, if you get a white rock, you're out.
Oh, thank God.
Yes! Yes! Yeah, baby! Yeah! Woo!
I will never recover from this, mentally or emotionally. You will rue this day. I was your favorite student. I was the only one who ever loved Survivor. And whose idea was it to draw rocks? You're not even the real Jeff fucking Probst. You know what? That shirt doesn't even look good on you.
Haha. Okay, buddy. What a great first episode, everybody. Unfortunately, we had to get Zach off the show. But we still have 3 survivors left to compete for the sole survivor. Which one will it be? I'm so excited to see. Tune in next week for another episode of Survivor.
a special treat for you all because we'll be playing a game of Taskmaster, which is based on the British show by the same name. I'm your host, Cassidy Esch, and here are our contestants. She's been confused for Angela from The Office 12 times, and one of those times was by me. It's Chloe Fowlhawk.
Hi.
He's the human equivalent of a yellow lab and could definitely play a single episode love interest on Disney Channel. It's Evan Flippin. She shares my major, my dorm hallway, and even played me in our Halloween special because everyone is pretty sure we're twins separated at birth. But she's also my RA, which means that none of you are to tell her about the suspicious glass bottle wrapped in a sweatshirt under my bed. It's Emily Coombs! Last but not least, he's the 25-year-old playing 16 in Riverdale that is fooling no one, Jack Simmons. And by my side is a woman who you may know as the showrunner of BSU Tonight, but for tonight, she has to do whatever I say because she's my assistant, Morgan Stillhavy.
Thank you. You noticed?
Oh,
I got a little something special for the show done.
You did Tyra get a hold of you? Tyra, did you go on Next Top Model?
No, I did not. I thought, I'm kind of trying to be Alex from the show, who's the assistant, and he has British teeth. He has gap teeth. So I got this done. They said you can't be offensive towards British people. That's what I've been told.
At all?
They said either they don't exist or they deserve it.
Yeah, they're not real.
So either way. I also, Greg Davies, the host, is 6'8", if you can believe it. So I got some cushions.
Oh,
so
for
you
me.
can sit on it.
Yes.
Okay.
That'll definitely get my 5'3" and a half self up there. So
this will feel better, I think. This will feel more realistic.
Good on my back. Okay.
This feels good. This feels good. This feels right.
Yep. Perfect. All right. So, Morgan, what's our first task?
So our first task is the prize task. We've asked each of our contestants to bring in their most unusual item. Whoever brought the most unusual item, according to you, Cassidy, wins the task, and whoever wins the episode will take home all of the unusual prizes. So let's see. We want to start with Chloe and go down the line.
Okay. So for my unusual item, if I can reach it. So I brought in this fun little crystal ball / candle holder, and if you wait a second for the little light feature, there are bats that fly around. I think it's very cool. I like it a lot.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Claps.
Thank you.
It's spooky. It's giving Bath and Body Works, which is where I assume that you got this.
My mom, yes.
Yes. And I love it very much. All right.
You. Awesome.
Evan, it's your turn.
Okay. It is not the jacket. Hold on. It's in the compartment.
Oh, mystery.
Yeah, right.
Suspense.
So I didn't have anything weird, but I have a headlamp.
Kind of
for
weird.
seeing things when you can't use your hands to hold your phone.
Put
yes.
So just like this. I don't have lice or anything.
Wow. Yes.
Keep this. So just gonna put this right
Good,
down
that's
here.
good. I feel like we all could have used that whenever we had to help our dad look at the car to fix it when we were young.
Yeah,
and
but
he was
it
like,
still
"You're holding
wouldn't-
the flashlight."
It still
Mom.
wouldn't be enough.
My dad gave
You're
up
right.
on me.
You're
Look here now.
I feel like you're losing points because it reminds me of like the people that go in caves, and I'm really claustrophobic, and I'm gonna take that out on you. So just so you know.
Okay, noted.
Okay, Emily.
All right, so she's my bestie. My absolute prized possession.
I know what this is.
I know you know what this is. But it's my queen, my Debbie Ryan tapestry. She hangs above my bed. I wish her good night. Sometime. I love her.
I understand she was burgled last week.
She was burgled.
I didn't see the resolution of that.
It was a heinous crime. One of the other RAs stole her. It was
That
horrible.
is really upsetting. That reminds me of my Flavortown tapestry, which unfortunately is not on the set of the show. It is in hell where it belongs.
Oh, okay.
So moving on, Jack, very last person.
All
What have you
right.
got here?
Hi, welcome to Chili's. I have this street sign
Oh, it's
from Chili's.
so you twisted it out of the ground then.
Yeah, no, I got hit by a car and I was like, yeah, that's free. So, welcome to Chili's.
Oh, I have to win. No, like it's on the line now.
Got this in the bag.
Okay.
No.
I don't have anything like quirky and fun to say about that. I'm just a little too taken aback.
It's okay.
It's unusual.
Yes.
So you can give
Okay.
them points.
So
first place,
yes, for your rankings, I guess they'll go 4 points to 1 point.
Mhm.
So we'll start with the last place. I'm so sorry, Evan. You're in last place
I
because
understand.
again, I'm claustrophobic, and you really made me think of caving, and that was really upsetting. And I think it's your fault.
I
so,
agree.
So your last place, I'm gonna go with. Third place is gonna go to Chloe Fellwalk because it does remind me of spooky season, but it's not spooky season anymore, and I think that you really should have considered that.
That's fair.
So I feel like a chopped judge. I like this. Too much power. Okay, and that means in second place is gonna be Emily Kuntz with Debbie.
Okay.
I like her very much, and I can see her through the window on my walk back to my dorm. So she's always there. And finally, that means in first place will be Jack with the Chili's to go sign.
Thank you. I really worked hard to acquire it. It did not pull out of the ground that easy, so thank you.
That's the end of part 1. Now please enjoy an accurate portrayal of what it's like watching Taskmaster on YouTube in America. See you soon! Welcome back to Taskmaster. The wrist brace isn't real, it's a figment of your imagination. Morgan, what's our next task?
So our next task is a video task that's been pre-recorded and edited. No one's seen what anyone else has done, and they don't know how their own thing turned out. So this will be an interesting Oot Redmond cassette, which is task number 2 in reverse.
It's very clever.
So let's see what the task is, please.
There's supposed to be a task. Oh, thank you, hand. All right. Some wax. Love that. Okay.
Do something that will look impressive in reverse. The Taskmaster will see whatever act you perform played backwards.
You therefore must do something backwards that looks impressive when the footage is played in reverse. Okay.
I feel like if I do something that looks impressive forward also, it will still look good reversed. What do I have here?
Right. So their task is to do something, and then we're going to show what they did in reverse to see how cool it looks, and you get to judge how cool each video is.
Very exciting. I just wanted to point out, I think it's very funny that Evan had to dig for his letter and that it was buried, and that made me very happy. So,
I'm glad I brought you some joy.
yeah, you almost made up for the whole
Almost
head
for
link.
for the claustrophobia.
You're getting there. You're getting there. So now we can watch. We're doing Chloe's task first, right? Okay,
Correct.
we'll watch what Chloe did with the prompt.
Ooh.
No way.
He said no way.
So what I gather is I think it was raining, and then the sun came out. Is that what happened?
See, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay, perfect.
This was an expressionist piece as much as it was on the spot.
Yes. So the umbrella did confuse me for a moment because it did look like a jellyfish.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of work past that. But I really enjoyed what you came up with. I think it was very impressionist.
Thank you so much.
So thank you so much. Now we will, yes, we can clap. Now we will see what Evan came up with.
Yeah. Wing buddies.
Right.
Explain yourself.
I don't think I need to. It's pretty clear.
So were the red, was that like supposed to be like
paper yo-yo.
Paper car.
Yeah, it's basically I just have powers. That's all I have to
Okay,
do with
so
it.
like
but,
Elsa, but with like fire, because it was red. Is that what?
No, they're just
like,
they're just sticky notes. They're not on fire.
Okay, I thought there was some symbolism there.
No,
I
no,
was,
they're
yeah.
just sticky notes.
Just okay, so you
It's not as
played.
deep as
yeah,
you want
no.
it to
You,
be.
you
No,
played.
you're overthinking it.
You played a woman that can do sticky notes backwards because she has superpowers.
Exactly.
Okay.
Before we move on, I forgot to mention a note that I took while we were filming is that 3 out of 4, we gave them a box of like props and like objects they had the chance to use. And 3 out of 4 of our contestants try to make a homemade flamethrower out of Febreze and a lighter. And all 3 failed at doing it. And I want you to guess the one person who didn't try to make a flamethrower.
Okay.
It was their first idea, all 3 of them. The first thing they tried was to like light Febreze on fire. and
Okay,
it didn't
I'm
work.
looking at their faces. I know both of the men did. It had to be both of the men. So, okay, well now I'm doubting myself because of the faces that they're making. And Jack seemed like he knew that it wasn't both of the men. So now I'm saying Jack, but if you guys would have kept poker faces, I would have guessed wrong. Is it Jack?
Yes, Jack was the only person who did it. He looked at the box of stuff and he said, I'm not using any of this. But everyone else tried the same thing.
It's funny because I've technically actually
know it
put a
wasn't
Darcy, but don't.
Yeah,
worry about it.
there's a problem with the wind where like we couldn't get the lighter to work, and then when we did get to work, we found out that Febreze isn't flammable and it doesn't do anything.
Real embarrassing.
Really embarrassing.
I'm
Three
feeling,
body
I'm feeling sexist. I assume that both of the men did it.
I
So
can't believe this.
Yeah, that's on me. Problematic.
We
I
can
love
continue
that.
now.
Love
Sorry,
that
I
tidbit.
forgot.
Love that tidbit.
Yes.
Okay, next we're gonna see what Emily did.
It wouldn't work.
I really want to know what she said at the end.
I think there
What
is
was the
audio.
words?
Wasn't it that she said I'm a dragon, but in reverse it was just nonsense.
Makes
So we might add
sense.
the audio when we put the episode out just so you can hear that.
I like. It was very creative. Very creative. The fire wasn't there, and then you blew on it, and it was. And I feel like that's a little bit more thought than, no offense, than the last two.
I
put
can't
into.
believe this.
So I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that.
This makes me so happy. I'm so glad you did not put in all the attempts of me trying to light the candle. It was really
It
unfortunate.
would have been like a 5-minute video. I came in and I was like trying to block the wind for her and everything.
So sad.
Someone did not go to the Girl Scout meetings.
Wah, wah.
It's okay. It's okay. We forgive you. Now, last but not least, let's see what Jack did.
What?
Wow.
That looked funnier than I thought it was going to.
So I see what I see the influence of your comment at the beginning. You want to do something that was impressive forwards too. The jumping into the splits backwards was very entertaining. I enjoyed that very much. However, the rest of it was impressive, but I feel like it wasn't geared towards looking impressive in reverse. So that's my critique.
I don't know what the last cartwheel backwards you saw was, but
A cartwheel backwards just looks like a cartwheel.
You're right. You're right.
I'm
How can
so
I be so
sorry.
blind?
I'm so sorry. Okay, so now it's time for my rankings. I guess we will start from last place. Again, last place will get 1 point. First place will get 4 points. I'm thinking back. I feel like I am singling him out, but I'm sorry, Evan. You're gonna have to get I'm so sorry. It's just there wasn't. You didn't even try to explain yourself with something cooler than what I saw.
The
You were
title
just
was Now
like-
That's Cool.
You were like,
You should have been like, that's cool. That's what you should have been like, that was just cool. That's all I have to think about. It was awesome.
Fair.
Because it was. It was cool.
Call him out.
I'm so sorry.
You're like,
You just, you could have explained it in a better way.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
why you're in
my
last place.
interpretation isn't good enough.
Yep. Okay. In third place, ironically the same as last time. It's gonna have to be Chloe.
All
I really
This
liked
is-
it was very like cutesy. It was giving like kindergarten class, but that just wasn't enough for me personally. I liked this like the streamers hanging off the umbrella. It was very cute, but it didn't have the wow factor for me.
That's fair.
Yes, but you know what? You had your heart behind it, which is why you're in third place and Evan's not. Okay,
Thank you.
so
Suck it, Evan.
yeah.
My
Now in second place, I'm gonna have to go with Jack because the splits backwards looked really cool. It looked like you just jumped up from the ground, but
I wish I could do that.
You know, I feel like there could have been more creativity into really understanding what we were going for here, and not just like I can do tricks. It looks cool. And maybe I'm just bitter because I'm not flexible, and I have bad knees and clearly a bad wrist. But that was my critique for that one. Okay, which means that in first place with 4 points is gonna have to be Emily. I feel like you thought it through the most and were like, what can I make look impossible? And I really enjoyed that. So that's why you have first place. And we will be back with our final task, which is an in-studio live task. So yes, another one of those silly transitions, and we'll see you back here. Welcome back to our third and final section of Taskmaster, ladies and gentlemen. This last task will be a live in-studio task. So Morgan, would you like to?
We actually have Jack who will read the task for us today. Oh. Oh.
Walk over and hit that helmet with the bendy tube in exactly 9.58 seconds. Also, there are 2 bonus points for the person with the most magnificent walk.
So when I say go, I'll start a timer, and after 9.58 seconds, you have to hit the helmet. Like at that second, hit the helmet, and I'll stop the timer, and whoever gets closest to 9.58 seconds will win the task. And there's 2 bonus points awarded by Cassidy by the coolest, most magnificent walk up to the helmet.
She's doing points again?
That's her job.
I'm the Taskmaster.
She's the Taskmaster.
Are we blindfolded for this?
Okay, so I want what they did, keeping with the original Taskmaster, is the 3 people who aren't currently walking where they're blindfolded so they don't see what each other's walks are.
Okay.
So they can't see what a good walk is or like what anyone else is doing.
Smart.
Is there any questions about the task?
I don't believe so.
No, ma'am.
Please, I don't know if I have to say this, but don't use like a watch, or you just do it in your head. Figure out 9.58 seconds.
I don't think any of us are wearing a watch.
I don't.
think we're good.
No, we're good.
Do we start out holding the tube, or do we have to?
It'll be
pick it
sitting.
up
You can
once
just
we-
pick it up and hit it. Okay. And I'll do my best timing. I've got a timer up. So, how does that sound, Cassidy?
Awesome. I'm ready to watch. So we'll have Chloe go first again.
Oh gosh.
So other 3, put on your blindfold specially made for this program.
Yep. These are custom.
Custom BSU Tonight Taskmaster
Limited.
blindfolds. All right, you can go. You
right
can
in my
start
mouth.
back here by the wall
All right.
and have your little walk when I say go.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
And start.
I'm done.
Cool. You may take your
Beautiful.
seat and
Great.
put your mask on. Yeah, we can give it a look. I mean your blindfold. Sorry. I'm gonna write down your time here. Up next is Evan.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, it's
and
9 point.
9.58 seconds.
Got it.
Start. Wow. All right. Emily. My timer. Ready and start.
Solid hit.
I felt that one.
That was powerful.
All right. Finally, we have Jack. These looking pretty magnificent so far.
Yes, wonderfully magnificent.
Why does he get a comment?
Right.
And
We didn't get a comment.
I meant like for everyone.
Oh.
Previously, it's been looking magnificent. All right, Jack, and start.
What the?
He's a flip.
Flew. What the?
All right. Wow.
Did not count at all.
I can only imagine.
All right, you guys may remove your blindfolds, and I will announce the order of who's closest, and I'll say it's pretty easy to figure out because everyone was under by a good amount.
I know, I was like,
Everyone was
magnificent
very
disregard for
short.
the time.
I forgot to count.
I was counting too. I started counting.
I got there and I was like,
So
as soon as I left the ground, the
One
clock was at
Mississippi,
0 again.
two Mississippi.
So the goal was 9.58 seconds, and last place is Jack.
Yep.
He had 4.69
Checks out.
seconds.
Yeah.
Too worried about?
It's about halfway, a little under half.
Not good.
Yeah, it was really short. Third place is Chloe. She had 5.89. So you got third place
Evan.
every single time.
Is this
Yes,
it?
I
Is
did.
this crazy?
Oh,
I'm gonna start
no.
freaking out.
In first place, I'll do the first one so it's exciting.
What? Oh,
At
that's
7.85 seconds, still not close to 9 very much. You're about 2 seconds off. It is Emily, which means Evan got second place.
better than nothing.
good job. I'm
Ditto.
proud of you.
But we
Good
do
job.
have 2 bonus points to award. Cassidy?
Okay, I'm gonna shock the crowd with this one, but I really liked Evan's walk a lot.
Gonna give him 2 bonus points.
Yes, 2 bonus points.
Thank you.
It was swagger, it was cool, and it felt like a middle schooler that just watched like Ferris Bueller. Like he was like, I'm gonna be the cool
That guy's
kid now."
cool.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna be him.
And I really appreciated the character work. So that's why I chose to give you the bonus points. So sorry to everyone else. Not really.
All right. So I do have, that was the end of the episode. I have the final scores.
Yes. Now we will hear the very final scores and decide who gets your very unique and fun objects.
Unusual objects. So in last place, I'll go from last and go to first. So in last place with 6 points is Chloe.
I got 6, baby.
Someone has to be the loser.
And I'll take that job seriously.
Yeah.
All right. In third place with 7 points, 1 more point than Chloe, it is Evan. Now what?
Hey, you still did good.
You gave it your best shot.
I did. It was a shot.
It just wasn't good enough.
It wasn't good.
And now this is a pretty close game. 1 point more than Evan. In second place is Jack. Which means our first place winner with
Complicated kid,
11
math, my
points, that jumps up 3 points from second place, it is Emily. How do you feel about winning?
I feel better than I ever have, honestly. This is great. I'd like to thank Debbie for getting me here.
Debbie was a good help, you know, but don't push your successes on other people. You should be proud of yourself. The rest of you should not be proud of yourself.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Your failures.
I forgot how to count for some reason. And,
I want you to go home and think about that for a while.
for 9.58 seconds, I'll think about it.
Good luck making the time.
Okay, so now that we have our winner who gets to take home everyone's super cool and not at all undesirable objects, Emily, that was our episode of BSU Tonight. We hope you enjoyed all that TV-themed fun, and we will see you again next time. Bye, everyone! Woo! Yay!